Hi and welcome to Day 4, Finals Day of the International Day of People with Disability 2018 Australian Wheelchair Football Association Championships. We're here for the first game of the day, and this is the playoff for 5th, Queensland Barbarians versus New Zealand Green. I'm Tom Dixon, and with me is Poweroo and Queensland Cyclones player Tristram Peters. How are you, Tristram?
What an introduction. Great to be here, Tom.
Mate, what are you looking for here? You're looking for a good game. You think these two? I think it was 2-0 in the round robin encounter. The Kiwi Greens getting on top there, but we're going to see a fantastic battle between Cooper Pellini and Jack Parry. I think
that's definitely the matchup I'm looking forward to. But I think both teams haven't played together for long, so this week we've slowly seen them gel more and more, and they're both really, really impressive in their final games yesterday, so it's going to be a great contest.
It will indeed, and we've got quite a lineup today, don't we? We've got the playoff for 5th here, which was a quite even encounter, and after this we've got the playoff for 3rd between New Zealand Red and Western Australia. And New Zealand Red, classic game against New South Wales yesterday in the semi-final. Probably, pretty unlucky not to get there in the end.
Yeah, it was probably one of the best games I've ever seen, full stop. It was end to end. Lots of great set piece and a fantastic battle. So, Kiwi Red are probably going to be hurting after that loss yesterday. They're going to come out firing against a Western Australian team who will be equally keen to end the competition on a high.
Yeah, I think so. And I think Western Australia, they started off the tournament with a bang. They played really well that first day. They sort of slacked off a bit the last couple of days of the tournament. So it'll be interesting if they can get that fire back and get up and running again.
Yeah, they will be looking to again get their set piece up and running, and their defence has been really, really solid. I have to give a lot of credit to them, and that's led very much by Dylan Needham, who has been absolutely terrific from the back. And also all players have really impressed in the fact that they've not been playing this sport for long. One who's really stood out for me, and Simon Smale as well, is Rebecca Evans, who in her first year of power chair football is definitely one to watch for the future. For
sure, yeah. Rebecca Evans has been very good on the set plays, as you pointed out, but also in general plays into position, her chair well, gets around the balls, not to go out well. And of course, lastly today we have the championship game, and it's the usual classic encounter between Queensland, our host state here, and New South Wales. So the Queensland Cyclones going for 3 national titles in a row. A lot of pressure on those Cyclones there, and yourself and myself, I guess, here, Tristram as well, but also a lot of pressure on New South Wales. Both teams played really well this tournament, and that should be a classic. So if anyone's in the South Brisbane area before River Fire, they should definitely get down to watch that one.
Yeah, what we've seen is that the street they're on, Edmondson Street, is pretty empty at this time of the day. So the best bet is to get down early, get that park, and come and watch what will be obviously another classic encounter.
Will do, and of course after that there'll be a lovely test match between the Silver Strikers versus a home team, the Australian Powerroos, and that's the Ditch Cup. Every year they have a Ditch Cup, and the New Zealanders have yet to win one, but they'll go pretty close this year, I think. Yeah,
I've been really, really impressed by Kiwi Green and Kiwi Red, as they've as I mentioned earlier, not played much football together, but that encounter yesterday, Kiwi Red New South Wales, just demonstrates how strong New Zealand is becoming. So I think it's going to be a very, very tight contest later this afternoon.
So New Zealand Green obviously going from right to left of screen, and the Queensland Barbarians in the white going from left to right. New Zealand Greens won the toss, and of course they're going to kick off. So they want to make a strong start here. You won't want to let the Barbarians get into the game, because all they need is a bit of confidence, and they're off and racing, aren't they?
A big shout out to Cooper and Logan for this week as well. Both have really been strong.
Correct. So you see Cooper Pellini there working away at it. He's already into the box already. Parry and Pellini starting up already. We predicted that, and it happened so. Good clearance from Parry there for the Barbarians. And Darcy Clues just watches that out. Good start from both teams there, Tristram.
Yeah, very much so. It's really good clearance by Parry, who has been an absolute rock at the back. But as we've seen all week from Kiwi Green, lots of great pressure. And I've been really impressed by their dribbling prowess. It's been something to watch.
Definitely good. High ball there. Just managed to pop up off Parry's bar. That's sometimes unfortunate. We're checking the pressures of the ball this morning, but these balls have been pretty good this tournament, Tristan. These power soccer shot balls, they haven't bounced too high. The 2018 balls, they're quite low.
Yeah, absolutely. They've done a lot of work with the specs of the balls, and you very, very rarely see them bounce up anymore. And that just means that the ball's kept in play more often, and it just produces far, far better football, which is great to see. So big thanks to Power Soccer Shop.
Excellent. They do a great job for us all. And, yeah, look, just both teams feeling each other out here, Phil. I mean, the green slightly putting a lot of pressure on, but no shots on goal yet. No real attackers in the box. Parry tries to clear this. He's up. Oh, unfortunately, Fellini gets a touch there that favours the Barbarians. And Warren, as he's done all season, just angles that upfield and plays the territory. Well done for Mark Warren there.
He had an absolutely stellar game against Victoria, which, of course, clinched this 5-6 playoff for them. Intercepts galore, as we see. Sorry, Tom, almost 2-on-2 in that situation.
Yes. So I think that's why the left wrestler that go on. Barry de Geet, a well-experienced New Zealand power chair forward. Just lets that one go out. It's done well there.
I have to say that when we played them, Queensland Cyclones versus Kiwi Green, really impressed by their defence. It's rock solid, and Barry's the one that leads it around and ensures that they get that stacked defence, which you can see now.
Yep, here's Parry looking for the cross-straight cross. Oh, just not a man deep, but they will get the ball back. Yeah, I think that, you know, the Queensland Barbarians bench asking if Darcy should have been over there, but I think Darcy actually created the gap by sitting deep in that corner, Tristram.
I think so, as we see the ball
hits off the post.
Just off the left upright.
Not short of confidence is Parry. He's been given instructions to slow down a bit and take a few breaths, not happening so there.
Sorry, hearing the Kiwi Green coach yell instructions to his players.
I think all teams have got more vocal, haven't they, during the tournament? Oh, Mark Warren's going to get done there. Definitely came in late for a hit.
We see the wry smile from the referee saying just calm down slightly.
Yeah. McCall's been very solid in these hit-outs too. He's been picking it well here. Something he's really developed in his game.
Yeah, his set piece is also fantastic when he gets those attacking opportunities. He's been very good at slotting those balls into dangerous positions for his teammates to capitalise upon.
There we go there. McCall just, Warren's managed to lock it again, but McCall's got away at him, and he's downfield, and it's only parrying him. And it's around there, Will.
Great clearance by Burley.
McCall puts it back in there. Can he get to Fellini? Fellini's a bit close to him there. What about 2-on-1 there? Oh, good play all around there, Trisham, though.
Absolutely fantastic. We saw some nice passing movement there by Kiwi Green, but just as good was the Queensland Barbarians defence, and I really, really like Zach Burley in goals. I think he is really, really good at anticipating that ball and shoring up the defence, allowing Jack Parry a bit more freedom in the middle of the park.
And giving him some more options up there with Mark Warren too to direct him up there and calm him down a bit. He's going to try to go wide to Clues here. I think that's probably a dangerous option now. You can see it's been covered.
Straight up the guts.
And as predicted, he's got it back to Clues though. Clues, it was almost a great play, but it's just dropped wide there. Look, probably a bit too quick, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it's always a slightly dangerous play to do that spin kick in your own half, but saying that, it was the only way that it looks like Clues could get to it, so had the potential to really open up the Kiwi Green defence.
Fellini sits high in the box here looking for a pass. The pass is not good enough from McCall, but Clues has managed to lock it up a bit there. He pushes the ball forward. That's close to a 2-on-1 everywhere.
Another 2-on-2 perhaps, as we see. Ferocious contact. The ref with his whistle to the mouth, and he's called it.
Yeah, 50-50 call there. It's gone towards New Zealand Green. Probably right. Clues swinging around there, bashing into the ball. They don't tend to like that, the referees, do they?
No, they like the space. They don't like those big hits, and it's has led to a good Kiwi Green shot.
And that's what you were talking about there. Burley positioned himself fantastically, was able to intercept. Darcy Clues runs into the box. He's still got the ball. He needs to get on the outside of the geese there, though. Is that going to be a set ball? It is.
Both driving over the sideline at the same time. No one on the outside there. So, as a result, as you mentioned, it'll be a set ball.
Yeah, I think that the Football Queensland referee's made a mistake there. He needs to take it to the top of the box, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's one of those small intricacies of power chair football, but
so we'll play on. That's 2-on-1
there.
Yeah, look, I think the young players sometimes get a bit excited, and it's like a big lollipop, and they all charge for that ball.
And just on that, I've been really impressed by Warren. He's the most experienced player on this side, and he started the week in goals, but has moved up, and I think he's lent some great experience in ensuring that they don't get too many 2-on-1s.
Yep. Yeah, I think also the coach Enzo Daxino has also started to learn a lot more about the game as the week's gone on too. So he's starting to understand how to position people and where to put them.
His first national competition has been absolutely fantastic. He's got a really, dare I say, team that doesn't have a lot of experience at this level.
Yes.
Highly, highly skilled, but they've come together amazingly, and Enzo has led that superbly.
Good setup. And again, the pass is not good enough from McCall, and Clues just gets that out of here. Clues has watched the swing there. Oh, he's got away with it with a good hit. Makes a good clearance. So that's twice now that McCall's had a very good setup, and he could have got through a gap, and he's just missed the pass there. Those little intricacies can really throw you out, can't they, Tristram?
They can. It's, as we see, this just looks like a fantastic opportunity.
Yep.
For Kiwi Green to attack, so we'll let this play.
Not read by Van Meulen there.
Was that off parry? It wasn't. Nice lead by Parry.
So we might just put a bit of shout out here to our gold sponsor. A big thank you to our gold sponsor, Power Mobility, a one-stop shop for your mobility needs. Drop into their huge showroom in Geebung in Brisbane or visit powermobility.com.au.
And just on that, I'd like to say that they've been absolutely amazing. Obviously, we speed test all our wheelchairs, and they've actually come out, their service department, to help program people's chairs to ensure that they're under the required speed. As we see that ball bounce back.
Burley's got to stay in that box, I think. It'd be nice. He's got to cover this here. Fellini's got him in a great spot, though. You can see Cooper Fellini, he's been good all week doing this. Great positioning from Parry, and he's out after it, and it's Parry and Fellini again. And that time, Parry wins out.
As we see Parry looks to the bench, I love his enthusiasm. Little thumbs up there, saying that he always had that under control.
Yeah, no problems. Yeah, so Mark Warren got to get rally the troops here. He's thinking, Clues is a bit far away. I'll be calling him in a bit.
I think it's been called a 2-on-1 by the looks.
Oh, yeah, it's back there. It's gone back for an advantage, maybe.
As we
bit of contact.
I like Warren here, telling Parry to go down the wing. Doesn't quite get the hit that he requires, but we're back on that sideline where we were before.
Yeah, so we're all set up again. But he's got a chance to look at him now, and he needs to go inside, Mark, now. Oh, no. Then Meulen's moved around the outside now.
That's Van Roonhoven.
Sorry, Van Roonhoven. I'm very sorry about that. Well done there by Warren.
Lovely pass.
Oh, he's touched that Parry. Van Roonhoven plays much better out in the open field, I think, Tristan. He's played a lot of the games in goal in the back. He seems to be much more controlled up front. Yeah,
I think it's a nice combo having him up front and Barry in goals. Really impressed by Van Broenhoven. And his...
off the post. Can Fellini get it in? Burley keeps pushing him around. And that is going to be a goal kick. Well played there by Burley. He really recovered well there.
Absolutely. What an absolute top draw save by Burley. I think the ball ran through a few chairs obscuring his vision, but he recovered beautifully.
So this is where the Barbarians have to be careful. They're halfway through the first half, and this is where they have dropped off in their games a bit.
I also need to say, I really don't mind Burley's goal kicks. It's a lovely spin that you don't see goalkeepers often execute, but he does it really, really safely and great territory there.
He's done very well there, and he's done that all season too when he gets his free kick, so he's quite used to that. Exactly, it's good. Warren again gets up, has to leave that one go for Clues. Clues did not touch that. Now McCall's got around the outside. He's looking for Pellini at the top of the box. Will he get it to him? No, not quite. Well, he's going to try to work it through Burley here. It's a dangerous move. Oh, tries to push after the 2-on-1, does away with that one. Logan will need to get out of there. He heads out to McCall. Well done by Warren, making it hard.
Very close to that box, but judges it perfectly.
Burley again well positioned. And Pellini wins as a throw in there, and that's probably the good result for them. Nothing else was going on there. Fellini probably needs to get a little bit higher and Will maybe back a little bit here.
Darcy's taking a nice position.
It's all set up again.
Stops that spot for Pellini to sit on top of the box.
I noticed McKeel watched Burley and Parry split apart there. I wonder if he'll go for a shot between them. He sets up there, takes another look, looks up to Pellini. He goes to Pellini. He turns it in, and Parry did save it. And then,
fantastic save. Sorry, Tom.
Yeah, I was no worries. It was good play all around, wasn't it, Tristram?
Brilliant, brilliant. Just off the back of Parry's wheel there, ricocheting into Van Vroonhoven, I think it was, on that near side, and we have a goal kick.
So will Zach Burley go the spin goal kick this time, or is he just taking another look, thinking about it? Good that he's taking his time here, though, Tristram, too. Try to settle the team down.
It's really nice patient play. Burley has played a number of different wheelchair sports in his time. That's a great
play. Well played by
play.
Warren, too. He's angled that upfield. He's got to keep going after it, though. Is he going to get it? He might get himself a corner. He's on the outside. Barry's worked it.
Oh, we see almost spin by Clues.
Oh, Clues has tried hard. He needs to let that go for Parry. There goes Parry. Now, this is where it's dangerous because if Pellini beats him here, there's no one at the back really apart from Burley.
As we see, nice movement.
There, Warren's moved back. He's seen the danger. Yeah, it's a good ball. So, Parry did pretty well there in the end. Oh, I always kicked that ball away from the referees. They hate that.
And I've done it every game that I've commentated. But again, an absolute, from the bottom of my heart, thank you to Football Queensland for these amazing referees who have just been phenomenal all week.
They have been a great job. Oh, Darcy Clues, that was a good pass. I think Warren wasn't expecting a pass of that quality, and so didn't run through it. Oh, the good defensive play there from Will. Just not going to put up with any stuff. It's probably a bit defensive culture there. Maybe starting to feel the pressure a bit.
Yeah, I think we've perhaps seen a little bit of a shift in this game. Kiwi Green may be dominating, but I feel like Barbarians are slightly turning the tide.
They sort of weathered the storm a bit. Burley will be back there. He'll save that.
It's a nice clearance.
And another good clearance from Parry. Nothing dangerous there. You don't want a young team doing silly things. Now, this is a big pass from McCall. I think Pellini probably needs to get on the other side of Warren, or maybe down in the corner. One of them's got to get out of there. And Cooper does leave it.
Warren, I think, can go forward a little bit more here. He's
going to
given the 5 metres. No, Parry is there.
Well left.
I'm sure he would say he had that all day long.
Yeah, well, I was at a video review session with a few players last night that kept telling me that their moves were orchestrated, but I don't know if they were.
Tom is, of course, referring to the Queensland Cyclones video sessions that we've had.
Parry working him around here. He's still got it. Oh, he'd be proud of that one. He's got the back there. Close to a 2-on-1, or is it a 2-on-2? Which way this one's going to go?
Yeah.
Football Queensland, right? Giving it to Barbarians.
I think that was advantage there. Warren only came in late. So
Warren should go up here. Yep. Logan McCool playing high too. Both high in the box. Parry should let that one drift over the back line, I think. And he does.
He's got such an old head on young shoulders.
Don't throw that ball.
Does Parry? No, we've got the gentle handover to the referee.
Yeah, sorry. It's always a worry in power chair football when you get these ball retrievers who want to toss that football like it's a real football. That's quite hard and much harder than a normal football. So
it is indeed, that's for sure.
Oh, chance on.
As we see.
Pellini's got him in where he wants him. Good pass back. Parry's back to the cover now, though. That's a dangerous flick out there. You don't want to be doing that.
Darcy will want to get out there quickly, avoid the tall line.
He's done well. The two strikers, teammates communicating there. Oh, Burley gets across. Pellini's still working both of them. That's a good spot to have it because it's on the front bar. He can push through there if he wants. He can't push now. Oh, it's still bar. That's going to be a goal. Oh, not sure about that one, Tristram. Let's look on the replay.
I think they're having a quick chat to the referee to inquire, but it looks like Pellini, it's always going on guard by the looks of it.
Yeah, I don't think he actually pushed on his side. I think that probably is fair enough. And I think it probably looked from our angle worse because Parry was probably pushing his chair around it, so it looked like he was being pushed sideways. That was probably his chair doing that. So the Barbarians go down 1-0, and we're just under 4 minutes to go here. Very similar to the first game, Tristram.
Yeah, it's going to be important for the Barbarians to bounce back now.
Good. That was a good try from Parry. If that had gone through, that would have been dangerous. So Parry now has a chance to set up. I'd like to see Darcy Cleves down there near Paulini maybe, or... Oh, we've got Reese Vermeulen setting in the field. A confident young lad.
He's had a really, really good week, Vermeulen, and I believe all his classmates were watching back at home.
Yes.
For his earlier match.
Cheerio to Reese's schoolmates down there, out there in New Zealand.
I'm going to try and pronounce it, and my apologies if I mangle it, but I believe it's Ottawa College.
I'll leave that one with you, Tristram.
I'm sure I might get a few calls later to say that I stuffed that call up, but...
Anyway, cheerio to them. And Reese is doing you very proud indeed. Warren a little bit out of position here. That's not where he'll want to be. Reese Vermeulen working Parry well. Fairly watches that one sail wide.
Lovely lead.
Yes. Parry needs to go up.
And the crowd's coming in, Tom. We're seeing on this left-hand side, there's a stand growing steadily, which is great to see.
Yeah, so if you want to get down here for the finals, you know, you better, maybe Tristan was right saying, get here early. Because, you may be sitting on the sides in plastic chairs the way it's going. The stands is filling up full, and we do know that some of the Raw Supporters Federation are coming in later on too, and they'll bring some noise as well. So there's going to be a great atmosphere down here. Little sub there. Kevin Vittoria's coming on. Not quite sure he went off. Darcy Cleves went off.
This is a nice move just to perhaps mix it up just a little bit, offer something a little bit different. But again, Cleves has been phenomenal all week.
Yes, very good. He's got better and better too. Each goes well done there for Paulini. He read that one well. Reese and unfortunate there for Reese Vermeulen, and he was trying to get it back to Paulini, I think, but just didn't work out. Take his time here, Parry, I think. Needs to think it through. Not a very good setup. It's never going to be quick enough to get across the front. It was the right idea. Good clear from Burley. I think he's won the sideline here too.
Really smart play. Knows to get it wide, and worst case scenario, they can reset their defence. Best case scenario, ball played out for a sideline hit, as we've seen here.
For sure. Little break from play here for a bit of contact. He's going to... Oh, so Paulini's just getting a little bit of a chat there, you think?
And was that a warning, I wonder? Is that
an official warning, maybe your last warning. Interesting.
That's a lovely opportunity, and I think Vermeulen should look for that ricochet and make that run just a little bit earlier.
Yeah, I'd like to see him facing front on here in the sideline too. Unlucky. Now, this is where they got in trouble before. He's worked that out well though, Jack Parry. And again, I just think Paulini's probably a bit shaken after that discussion with the referee. He wasn't as aggressive there, was he?
McCall's done beautifully there, though, to recover, to get around Parry and win the sideline.
So Patoris moving back to the top of the box to help defend. Needs to communicate with Warren. Oh, telling, there you go. He's been told Kevin to get upfield. Ball out.
As we, in front of us, have a query from Queensland Barbarians coach Enzo D'Agostino. I'm not sure what he was inquiring.
No.
But he's left it, realised that this is a really important moment of the game.
Yep. And that is half time here, Tristram. So it is the Kiwi Greens winning one goal to nil. And look, the Barbarians, again, similar. They were really good the first sort of 10, 12 minutes. And then they sort of dropped off a bit and got a bit tired.
As we see, I think the Barbarians asking about that goal, but they're just saying don't worry, let's move on and get in for a ripping second half.
All right, we might take a short break here, and we'll be back with the second half here for the playoff for 5th at start of finals day here at the International Day of People with Disability Australian Power Chair Football Association Championships. We'll be back shortly. Welcome back to the second half of the International Day with People with Disability at the Australian Power Chair Football Association's Power Chair Football Championships, obviously. And it's the second half of the playoff for 5th between New Zealand Green and the Queensland Barbarians. I want to put a shout out to Replay All Sports, who are doing our live stream here today, our producer Tim, and our fantastic cameraman upstairs is Paul. So we've used them obviously this whole tournament. I think they've done a great job. I think you'll agree. So you should get in contact with them on their Facebook page if you want to help out. Tristan, I believe you've been corrected.
I have a message that it is Oriwa College.
Right. Big shout out.
A big thank you for that correction. As I said, my apologies for getting that wrong as we see the ball knocked into play.
You see Parry and Pellini just thinking about that now. Yep, Parry goes with him. Pellini's been beaten here. He needs to come back. They're both quite young. Barry is still in his box. That is great keeping. Clues needs to keep going. Clues needs to get out there. It's a 2. Well, yes. Not quick enough.
Just a bit more communication needed there.
Yeah, I think maybe Clues needs to learn to go a bit wider before he turns around. Not so tight in the post. He'll get better at that, though.
As we've touched on, he hasn't been in the strike force for too long, so he's still getting used to the manoeuvrability.
So no changes to the Barbarians, just to let you know. Oh, sorry, Kevin Torres, it has come off. And Clues is back out there, obviously. And I think New Zealand Green are the same as they were when they opened up. Yep, they left us.
Vermilion is still on the park, and
yep.
Again, as I said earlier, been really impressed, and I think this is a really, really strong front three from Kiwi Green.
Great work there.
Almost split the defenders there, did Harry.
They need a bit of encouragement here, the Barbarians. I think the crowd need to get behind them. Their home crowd, of course.
We don't have any chance rising as yet, but
it's early days, isn't it?
I'm sure that Master of Pep, the cousin of mine, Daniel Conahan,
Dan the
might
man.
be at hands to start that shortly, who I believe shared the microphone duties with you yesterday.
We had a very enjoyable chat, Dan and I, and you know, he loves a lot of sports as much as I do. But yeah, Dan, it was great to have him on the chat, get Carer's perspective of the game as well. Good pass upfield, but good setup from New Zealand Green there to defend that out. They're in a bit of trouble here again as Pelini takes it into the box. We all know what happened last time he got in there. Parry's working, but he's worked that back across the goal. That is not a smart move. Oh, not the safest move. Keep moving across. Pelini's got him here, I think. Oh, Van Meulen almost with a great connection, but just could not get there. He knew what he wanted to do, though, there, Tristram.
He did. The ball just a little bit behind him. If he was a bit straighter, I think that was destined for the goals.
So Parry here with the clearance. Good clearance. But McCall, Clue's almost onto that. McCall is just covering those great clearances easy, isn't he?
He's very, very safe at the back. And has been intercepting all day long.
This is interesting. Cleese is going to take the hit in here because Harry's been taking all hit-ins to this point.
I think variation is the key to the Barbarians.
Harry will not want to drive up backwards too quickly here.
That's some nice positioning by Warren, who got...
Is that going to be a corner?
It is indeed.
They won a corner now. This is a good opportunity here for the Barbarians, so they need to set up well. Mark Warren in a perfect position. He doesn't know. He wants to stay back there. He's giving up that possession.
It's the block.
Parry needs to get this nice and high. Darcy's got it. Oh.
Warren will want to, they give him nice space.
Oh, McCall's got that out wide though. Close. The crowd now getting into it. Tristram, a bit of excitement from the Barbarians crowd. Oh, Parry tries the Mercus and the Louis Davis shot from the sideline. Doesn't quite execute it, the young man.
But again, I don't mind that. That's going to keep the defence honest.
Yep.
And we'll open that gap up at the top of the box, hopefully a little more. But I'd love to see both Warren and Clues run with the front of their guards rather than going for those big hits. The punch is often the simplest and most effective.
A little bit of a shepherd there from Van Meulen on Warren. That's what he's complaining about. Sometimes you get away with those sneaky little shepherds, Tristram.
Nice passing by Kiwi Green.
Yeah, and good defending as well from Parry there. But they need to concentrate here, the two defenders. Van Meulen's in a great spot here. If Pelini can just hold his nerve and not actually attempt to touch this, could be a goal. Well, stop from Burley though, and Parry works out to the outside. Now Warren's away. Warren's got this if he wants. Barry's a long way up. Lucky he's won the ball there. It's pretty close.
As we see Coach Enzo D'Agostino place that ball, trying to get the tempo a little quicker, perhaps.
I'm sure the Football Queensland ref was very impressed with that. Very helpful.
So I'd love Clues just to park. Just there we go. That's perfect. I know he's backed out.
Yeah, he wants goal action, doesn't he?
That's a lovely pass.
Oh, Marcus could not get there. Oh, Jack hasn't read that pass from his striker's teammate.
Lovely intercept by Clues.
Yep, Clues is working hard. He needs to stop reversing and not cause any contact, but it's Parry and him. He needs to leave that for Parry now. Good work. Working to the outside. Good work. Parry keeps going. Can Pellini pull it back there? I think Pellini's going to get him on the outside. Oh, good comeback there from Parry.
Beautiful positioning by Parry there to recover.
Warren should be calling for that. He should be telling Parry to back off. Clues. Oh, Burley's back there, solid as a rock as usual. He's got to watch his post now. Wow, well done, Parry.
Oh, he's kept it in.
No, he hasn't.
Oh, commentator's curse. My apologies.
He did quite well. He just had to keep like moving on the outside of the court, didn't he, Tristan, before he started pushing it in?
Yeah, he needed to just catch that slightly on the inside of his left guard just to slow that ball down, but I think he saw the open field ahead.
So there's some stuff going on. Van Meulen's coming on off. And Page is coming on. And on the Barbarians bench, Clues has come off.
And Yucatil's
come on. Being impressed with Sam Yucatil. He's really stepped up for this tournament. Pretty tough for him in his day chair, obviously, with a modified day chair.
Not far off from getting a sports chair, I believe.
Correct, yeah. So that's exciting news, I suppose, for the Strikers if he's still there next year.
Tom, of course, is captain of the Brisbane Strikers.
Yes.
He won your third consecutive title this year.
It was a good year of season, though. It was very close games all around. I think everyone had a great time.
Yeah, I think it's by far the closest season we've had in the QPFA local league. So
yeah, I might put a quick shout there to thank the Brisbane Strikers, the Moreton Bay United Jets, and Brisbane City for sponsoring our power chair football teams in the local league. It's great to be part of those teams, to be part of actual big squads and big clubs. So that's great.
They give us tremendous support. It's been fantastic.
And Parry's away. And Pellini again shuts him down. Warren's open there.
Great
Can
pass.
pass up to Yucatel. Back to Warren. That's pretty good smart play, that.
He keeps it in too.
He keeps going. Oh, just lost at the end there, Warren, but he's done a great job.
That's a sideline hit, so that's not too bad.
He needs to watch that sideline now, though, because Page is free. Page being the smart player he is, playing down at Canterbury with a lot of experienced players. It's gone back. And Warren's away again.
Great pass by Warren.
Parry wasn't onto it, though, was he? Just in the wrong spot, the wrong time. All right, Parry needs to push that forward now. Needs to keep going to the box. He can do this. Oh, it's 2-on-1 there. The two Strikers teammates don't communicate.
And just got a quick message, Tom. Short shout out to Mitchell Fells, wishing him a really speedy recovery. He's been unwell this week and has been in hospital. So wishing you the very speediest of recoveries, Mitch, and hopefully we'll see you soon.
Good luck with that, Mitch. North Auckland player there. Solid North Auckland player. And I hope you get better soon. We'll see you back out in the field, mate. So Parry and Pellini doing battle here. Keep pushing around. Pellini's beaten him this time. He's got a good opportunity to keep going here. And Pellini's worked Parry around, but Parry seems to be having a bit of a comeback here, and he's away up the field. He needs to keep going at McCool. He needs to work this between them. I don't think I want to move to the outside there. McCool's come back there, solid as a rock back there, Tristram.
Absolutely fantastic defence. And again, as we've seen, he's just knocked it out to get that defence structure reset.
So we've got a short break here. Need new wheels? Power Mobility has the latest models for leading brands like Quantum, Prime Mobility, Magic Mobility, Autobock. So book your free trial visit today or visit powermobility.com.au to find out more. All right, Parry moves around to the outside. And he lets it go wide, and so does Burley. That's going to be a goal kick. Sub going on here for the Barbarians again. Warren's off, Clues is on. So it's interesting to take Warren off there, Tristram. Like, I accidentally want to give everyone a bit of a go here, but Warren was starting to be a bit dangerous up front there.
It's a really good run that we just saw on that far sideline from Warren just a little bit earlier. And this again, we'll just be wanting to mix it up slightly.
Yeah, he's got to move the... Oh, that's a great pass there from Parry.
Unfortunately, Clues just couldn't quite catch it there.
Maybe Agostino's thing, he's got a three-pronged Strikers attack up there now.
That's right, they all play for the Strikers except for Burley, who had a terrific season for Brisbane City in goals. But yeah, a front attacking setup.
Oh, good try from
strikers.
Yucatil there. He knew what was going on. He just couldn't get his chair positioned right. So good opportunity for McCool. Just under 9 minutes to go. McCool just put the game beyond doubt if he can. Or I think not beyond doubt, but obviously very hard to come back. Yucatil needs to get a little bit further forward there, Tristram.
He does, but he's looking back. I think trying to stop the run for Cooper, but it's
coming out.
No, well stopped.
Burley needs to get sideways. Parry needs to hold his nerve here and get behind Burley if he can to try to stop Perlini pushing him through. Jack wanted to keep the front of that bar going. Oh, now he did give him a warning earlier.
As we see our apology from Perlini by the looks.
Perlini knows all the tricks there to say, like, I didn't mean that one, sir. Very sorry about that.
He's an absolute future superstar in the making, is Perlini.
He's already a superstar, isn't he?
That's correct. He's putting us older players to shame. He's going to absolutely lead New Zealand to a wonderful generation of players.
Now, Burley might be able to get scrapped. Clues should turn around and go. Oh, he didn't go that way in the end. Now, he's out of his box here. Now he's back in there. Lucky win there from Parry. It was a very dangerous play there for the Barbarians. Barely need to get back in his box quickly, I think.
And we're running out of time, Tom. We're into the final 8 minutes.
And this might be the last time you actually hear Tristan Peters on the live stream this week.
We'll see. We'll see. I've thoroughly enjoyed it, though, Tom. It's been fantastic having Replay All Sports here for the whole week. They've really allowed us to promote our sport to a new audience.
They have. Good play from Page there. Also in his day chair, modified day chair. Working hard. Parry gets across the Yucatel. Oh, that's going to be a corner. Did Zach not understand that was going off them? So anyway.
It was a bit of a funny old ricochet, perhaps. And
he's got to be in front, though. It's a corner, isn't it? So the keeper's going to have to push him around. It's a corner. Yeah, so that's good. Good setup here. Keeper's got a great chance. And again, McCall doesn't quite get the pass right. He struggled with that today, and it hasn't been the way he's been all season. All week. He's been great all week.
And that's a two.
Just a bit high in that pass. You talk about variation before, Tristan. It might have been better if maybe Perlini takes a couple of those and Logan shoots.
Yeah, I think it just keeps the opposition guessing, and it allows your own team to just find a bit more space. But as we see, Clues make a long run upfield.
He took Perlini with him, though, didn't he? Oh, this is going to come back in a hurry. Oh, then Parry puts it back in a hurry. It's the pinball wizards out there, Tristram.
All the enthusiasm as we see Parry get around that ball.
And Parry works him.
Here we go, here we go, here we
keeps
go.
going backwards. That's a good win from Parry there.
Good patient plays. Again, we see the ball placed.
Yeah. So we're just under 5.5 to go here in the stadium. So we're getting into very dangerous time for the Barbarians. They want to stay in this game.
And at what point, Tom, do they bring the goalkeeper, Zach Burley, up for a bit of 4v4 in that box?
I think if they win a corner here, it would be a good option. Good work there. Parry should take him around. He's outside his box there. And he's won himself a free. Now, is this a direct free kick?
That is a direct. So that means that the ball does not have to touch anyone before crossing the goal line for it to be awarded a goal. And this is the best chance of the game.
So it's a direct free kick.
As Sam blocks De Geest.
Now, hang on. There's a bit of a player problem going on here. They fix it up now, the Barbarians box. He can't block Barry outside the box, obviously, because then he's got to be careful that he can't get too far. Now, does Parry know this is direct? That is the question. I would have liked where he stayed. Great save from Parry.
Oh.
Great save from Parry, and he's done it again. The godfather of New Zealand football.
Great defence there.
He just uses the old "you shall not pass." That really was, you could tell it went across there, and he probably should have stayed in front of the goalkeeper so he couldn't get vision of where the ball was coming from.
Yeah, correct. But we still have time remaining.
Yeah, plenty of time. If they're good enough, they can do it here. All right, Burley's got. Probably would have let that one go. But he's gone for a run.
He's going for it.
He's coming up here. So Parry stayed back. I would have liked to see Yucatel drop back. The sub. So we got a sub here. Sam's coming off, Yucatel. Page is also coming off for New Zealand green. The Taurus comes on, and so does Van Bruhan. So New Zealand going with a more defensive player here.
Yeah, I think they're trying to look up to lock up the play, but we see another goal kick.
Now, this is where Burley's goal kick can really help out here. If they get one clear, I'd be tempted to push Parry all the way up.
Yeah, I think they've got to start taking their chances.
Yep.
We're just under 3 minutes left. They've really got to push for that equaliser.
Yeah, Parry should drop back. Patora seems to drop out the way, let Parry run through that gap. He spins. Parry comes across. Can he beat? Oh, no, he can't beat Will in there.
That's great play by Will.
Will, he's got a gap there, Will. He's going to score. Is he going to score? Will Everett scored for New Zealand green.
He does, and we see a great goal by New Zealand green. A great tidy finish.
What an inspired substitution, Tristram.
A great call by Coach David Ireland, as we see just a little nick behind. And his parents in the crowd absolutely leapt up in celebration there.
And look at that celebration. Fantastic. Parry's trying to work his way back in the game. Pellini and Parry, let's finish the game the way we started, they say. Interesting play here. Can Darcy clear this upfield? No, he quite can't time it.
And that will just come with more time in that strike force.
Cooper now getting to the game. Now the first, 2-1 there.
Yeah, he was playing that to see what would happen, the referee, I think.
Jack's coming off now.
They're giving Jack a rest.
That's tough for a young guy, but I'm sure he did a great job. He should be happy.
He's been absolutely amazing all tournament and can absolutely hold his head up high.
I've just noticed that Mark Warren's giving a little pat on the shoulder saying, good work, mate. That's great to see. So Logan here, it's indirect. He has to touch somebody else.
And we've got 3 in the box, so they're going to want to communicate. And they do.
Yeah, so Van Ruben can't go any further. Well, he's pushing. He gets any closer over there. He's got nowhere to go, Paul Cooper.
Great clearance by Clues.
Barely works it out. And now Clues is away. But I don't think he'll beat. Oh, he did beat McCall on the outside there. Showing years of experience, I think. So we're in the referee's hands here because it is for time, folks. It's like a hit in here in front of that Queensland Government and Inclusive Care signs over there. Great sponsors of this tournament. Thank you to them.
Yeah, we couldn't have held this competition without their very, very generous support.
Torres trying to get there, can't. Belly again, solid at the back. He's had a great end to this tournament. He might have found his new favourite position. I know I've been talking to him, he doesn't really like being back there, but he's doing a great job. But Torres should get onto that. And he's gone with the side of his chair. Would have liked to see him use the front of his bar there.
Yeah, the punch was the option there, but he is in his day chair, and that makes things just a little bit more difficult.
He's away, Burley. He's trying. 2-1 there. And that is the game. And that is New Zealand Green securing 5th spot. So they finished 5th for the tournament. The Queensland Barbarians finished a gallant 6th. They were pretty good.
Yeah, I think both teams have very much the next generation of power chair footballers coming through, and what a fantastic contest between both sides. Kiwi Green slightly too good in the end, but Queensland Barbarians definitely should be proud of their performances all week and the shift that they put in that match there. For
sure, it was a great game. And so just confirming here, New Zealand Green have won the playoff for 5th, 2-0. Tristan Peters, thank you for your time. Good luck today in today's final against New South Wales with the Queensland Cyclones for you. And good luck selection of the Pararoos if you get there. That'll be great. And we're looking forward to the Ditch Cup. And I'm Tom Dixon. And on behalf of Tristan Peters, we'll be back with you shortly.